As you guys can see right behind me, there's 2 jack stands and 1 jack. And I'm going to show you guys how to paint your calipers today using the 2 jack stand method. Paint system that I decided to use for today's install is going to be G2. And the reason I'm going to be using G2 is because in my personal opinion, this has been the one that has worked the best in all my previous situations. I will be doing a test of G2 versus Rust-Oleum rattle can brake caliper paint. That way you guys can see how well they perform with heat, with abrasion, and with overall wear. So look out for that video. But I went ahead and got G2 in red, and it does come in a variety of colors. So if you guys aren't a red and black type of guy, maybe you're a black on black, or maybe you guys like the pink, they do offer a lot of colors, including custom. They will match the color of the vehicle. You just have to call them up. Now, the little can itself, when you get the actual can and you hold it in your hand, it feels like they shortchanged you. But in reality, the entire can is not full. It's only 4 ounces that are in here. So it's actually less than half the can contains the actual paint. And with that, they give you reactor. So you pour this entire reactor into that can, and then with this, you have enough to paint all 4 of your calipers. Now, because we're doing the 2 jack stand approach, which is the front of the car, then the back of the car, I'm going to be splitting it in half. 50% this, or actually this is the exact mixture they give you, 8 parts paint, 1 part reactor. So I'm going to go ahead and divvy that out so that way I have an equal share for the front of the car and the back of the car. Obviously, if you guys have the 4 jack stand approach, you can just dump that in there, give it a little stir, and then they give you a paintbrush. I don't know why everybody gives this paintbrush so much shit. It actually works really, really well, and I've never had a problem with it. It doesn't lose any hairs. I mean, you guys can grab the brush and start pulling to see if there's any loose hairs, but there's not. And I do have larger brushes just in case I need to cover an area a little bit quicker. And I do prefer to use 120 grit sand blocks. The reason for this is because I can get it just down enough, that way it looks nice and clean. And then if I need to clean up a little bit more, I just go with some of these brushes and just get it perfect. Of course, this is included with the G2 system, the non-chlorinated brake cleaner. Guys, do not buy chlorinated brake cleaner. You don't need that. Non-chlorinated works perfectly well, and it gets the brakes looking great. Of course, you will also need painter's tape just to mark off the rotors and the brake pads. That way you guys don't get paint where you guys don't need paint. Now, keep in mind that when you guys mix this with this, you have approximately 4 hours to do the entire car. This is another reason why I prefer to do the 2 method approach, because maybe in those 4 hours I have something else that comes up. I need to stop what I'm doing and go do that. So this way I can do the front of the car, then I can do the back of the car, and I don't have to rush and break my neck to get everything done. I can actually take my time and do the job perfectly. Now, after you're done applying this product onto your brake calipers, you cannot drive the vehicle for a total of 24 hours. The car has to sit wherever it is for 24 hours. And the reason for that is because this takes time to dry. You don't want to be driving down the road with this wet, because it'll launch off, you'll get all over your rims, and then you'll also have brake dust coming off your pads, so then you'll get the paint all looking all nasty, dirty looking. Just take your time, do it right, and it will look amazing. So let's go ahead, clean up those calipers and get them looking good, so that way we can apply the paint to it and then go to the back of the car and finish this project. So now we are ready to jack up the vehicle. I understand that a lot of you guys are concerned, especially since there's a lot of DIY people on this channel, and you guys may not have the money to afford 4 jack stands, but you guys can afford a set of 2. I'm going to show you guys today how to paint the calipers on the vehicle using the 2 jack stand method. Obviously, if you guys want to lift the vehicle up entirely in the air and bang it all out at once, you can. Your jack stands are going to be, your jack points are going to be underneath the front of the engine. You have an engine cross member right underneath the vehicle. It's in your owner's manual. You slide the jack right in the middle, then you lift the front of the vehicle up entirely and you slide the 2 front jack stands underneath. Then you go to the back of the vehicle, you slide the jack underneath the differential, and then you slide the 2 jack stands underneath the rear of the vehicle. That's how you get the entire car up into the air. But I'm going to show you guys today using the 2 jack stand method. All it takes is a little bit more time, especially in the paint prep department, but there's no difference. You're still going to get the same great quality results. I'm going to show you guys where that jack point is in the front of the vehicle. Those of you that went ahead and put a front lip on the front of your car are going to be saying right now, because this is going to be one tight squeeze to get to. Let me go ahead and show you where that jack point is. That way you guys don't screw up the underside of your engine. See it right there? That pad? That pad right there is the jack point for the front of the vehicle. All you got to do is get the jack right there and it'll lift up the entire front. This is the front of the vehicle safely jacked up. 1 jack stand on the passenger side, 1 jack stand on the driver's side, and the jack is there for no reason whatsoever. There's no weight on it. I just like to leave it underneath the car. So now that we have the front tire off the car, always make this a habit to do a visual inspection of all the components. That way you're not caught off guard by future problems down the road. And straight off the bat, I can see that my stabilizer link bushing is completely destroyed. So keep an eye out. I'm going to be making a video for replacing your front stabilizer link, and that will be a simple replacement. Maybe I will do that at the same time that I lower the car. So that's going to be 2 videos that will be coming up soon. Now guys, you do have an option when you paint your calipers whether or not you want to paint this vanity plate. I personally do not want to paint the vanity plate. Instead, I want to take this to my brother-in-law and see if he can custom make one of these with my name on it. I know it's a little bit vain, but that's my thing. So to get the vanity plate off, take a flathead, insert it at the top, just do a little bit of wiggling, then come down to the bottom, insert it, and there you go. That is your vanity plate of your car. Like I said, you do have an option of painting this. I personally do not want to paint it. I like it. I'm just going to leave it black and then paint everything else red around it. So it gives it a nice accent to the vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and clean that up. And now we're going to go ahead and clean all of this junk up. Here we go. We got our paint mixed up with the activator and just enough for the 2 fronts of the cars. Now we're going to go ahead and apply our first coat on each side and then come back and then do a second coat. This is what we're looking like after about 20 minutes of coat number 1. This is the first coat on the actual caliper itself. Now keep in mind the Mercedes caliper goes in pretty far, so you have to use a lot of it, especially on the inside, and I still have a boatload left. So now let me go ahead and do coat number 1 on the passenger side. I'm applying the second coat onto the driver's side. I went ahead and turned on the car, turned the wheel. That way it makes this a lot easier for me to finish painting this whole thing. But overall, it's coming out really, really good. Obviously, I'm not going to have 100% coverage. I won't be able to get into all the little nooks and crannies, but realistically, you're never going to see that. And this is just an aesthetic change on the vehicle. This is not going to give me 10 extra horsepower, so I'm just doing the best that I can without actually removing all of the caliper system off the vehicle, which isn't that hard. But I know a lot of you guys are DIYs, and I just wanted to show you how to do the quick and easy way. Backs are a quarter of their size. I mean, these things are really, really tiny, like moped tiny. So I'm going to go ahead now and get this sanded, clean, and get this painted as quickly as I can, because the front took me a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take. And there we are with the second and final coat to the rear calipers. with this, I can officially say I'm done painting them. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw the tires on and let it dry overnight. Now guys, always make sure you torque down the bolts to the specific manual's request. In this case, for the W204, it is 96 foot-pounds of torque. Always do this, because unlike American cars, they are balancing strictly on those bolt heads. So if you over tighten them, there's a good chance that they can shear off and launch your rim flying down the road. Alright guys, it's been 48 hours. That's a lie. Alright guys, it's been 24 hours since we last saw the W204, and here it is with the calipers fully painted and with them dried. And I have to say, I love the red. I think it's a great accent color, and I think it may be as bright as a baboon. But you guys take a look and tell me what you guys think. There are some closing comments that I have to say about this product. Number one, I think it would have been far more easier had I jacked the vehicle up entirely, taken the brakes off completely, and then actually put them inside my shed house and painted them that way than painting them on the vehicle. Especially the front. The front brakes on this car are really big, and they take a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it's something that you really just need to dedicate a solid entire day to spend and work on your car if this is going to be something that you guys want to do. So just a heads up on that. And the second thing is, buy more paintbrushes, because by the time I finished the front, the paintbrushes were completely shot. So thankfully my wife went out, got me some more, and I was able to finish the entire car. But definitely at least have 4 paintbrushes, and you guys should be able to do this at no time. And just remember, take your time. It's not a race, and the more patient you are, the better your results will look. And with that being said, take care guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next project we do together. Those of you guys that continue to wait past the black screen, let me just say thank you very much. Thanks for being a long-time subscriber. And to start 2018 off right, I'm going to be giving away a G2 paint set for your brake calipers. All you guys have to do is let me know your favorite pizza toppings in the comments section below, and I will pick out a winner when we hit 5,000 subscribers. That person will get a bright red, fire truck red, exact same color I got, brake caliper colors. And if you guys don't like red, whatever, just shoot me, let me know what color you guys like, and I'll get you that set, as long as it's not a custom color. In the meantime, take care guys. Thanks again.